as Conversations with God says, every act is an act of self-definition. In fact, we are defining ourselves and answering the question I asked, who am I, in every single moment of now. And most of us don't know it. Most of us are not aware that that's what we're doing. The result of which is we live large sections of our lives in ways that do not allow us to proceed toward the goal we set when we joined our soul with our body, which was to express and experience, announce and declare, become and fulfill who we really are. So tonight, ask yourself, who am I? And what am I doing here? In this time, in this place? How am I choosing to show up? And in what ways do I choose to demonstrate my thought about myself? And what would it look like if in the next moment of now I chose to demonstrate, even to recreate myself anew in the next grandest version of the greatest vision I ever held about who I am? What would that look like? And dare I give myself permission to experience that, much less express it in a way that allows others to experience it. You know, when I was a kid, I was always wanting to show up. And, you know, in the moments of life, in a big way. Gosh, I can remember those days. And I was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Throughout most of the days of my childhood, actually, you know, wanting to show up somehow or another. And wanting to share my magnificence, because in the innocent reaches of my childhood heart, I knew I was magnificent. I really did. Some children don't grow up with that, but I did, and I credit my parents with that. But this was an interesting dichotomy in my household. While it was my parents, no doubt, who at least played some role in helping me to know at 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12 that I was magnificent, it was that same parent, at least my father, who, when I tried to display that, would say things like, "You are to be seen and not heard." Boy, did I ever hear that one. Anybody ever hear that one? Those are his exact words, and that's not just a little phrase. He actually said those words to me many times. "Son, you're to be seen and not heard." And I used to sit there like at 8 trying to figure out, now how can I be seen and not heard? Still haven't learned. But the message to me was, you're really, really wonderful, you're really, really magnificent, you're really, really big, get small. You're really, really wonderful, you're really, really nice, you're really, really good, get small. And so I was getting these mixed messages, you see. And I don't know if any of you have had that experience, but boy, that was... And that's better than some messages in some households to some children who don't even get this. It's all about this, you know. It's not even this side of it. So at least I had some balance going on. But I've met some people who were not even ever told this part. They were just, get small, you are small, you're nothing, you're stupid, or whatever. And kids grow up with that. Well, what would it take for us to now live, even for only a moment, for a day, for an afternoon, the grandest version of the greatest vision you ever held about who you are? Well, the first thing it would take is for you to have a grand vision. You'd have to actually have sat down somewhere and thought about it. And more than just general terms like, well, I'm nice, or I'm kind, or I'm sweet, or I'm generous. Those are nice things. But I'm talking about in much more specific terms than those generalities. And it would amaze you how many people on the planet have never decided what that grandest version of themselves is. Perhaps some of you are even in this room. So here in this time together, we'll have an opportunity to do that. And your soul will rejoice. Because this is the moment your soul has been waiting for. We've lived our lives with our bodies and our minds a lot of the time, perhaps most of the time, and paid scarce attention to the agenda of the soul. That certainly has been true for me in my life. But when I began to pay attention to the agenda of the soul, and make no mistake about it, we have a soul. We are three-part beings made up of body, mind, and spirit.